What's going on, everybody? This is Rudy Banks, your host of the Entrepreneur Journey. I want to welcome you guys back. I apologize. I've been gone for a little bit. I've been really focused on the CPA Ninja students. I have a course, CPAninja.pro. You can check the link right there. Right now, I'm working on content locking. So if you're struggling with understanding how to lock content, promote a offer, and you're trying to get someone to sign up for a CPA lead, you just want to understand that strategy, how to put it together. I ran into some technical issues that I think a lot of people run into, and I don't want you getting discouraged. So I worked through the bugs. I want to show you in a real live example. So stay tuned and watch the end of this video, and you definitely will be a pro by the end of this video. All right, see you on the inside. I'm using a website called sociallocker.org just for an example, because I think it has a good tutorial just to show you the concept of how to content lock and why we do content locking. All right, so first scenario is, say you have a website and you're going to provide a valuable download. So you think about how things are done in the past where people, you said, if you opt in my email address, I'm going to send you a free ebook. I mean, you've seen that millions of times, right? So this is kind of the same thing. But basically, if somebody's on your website, or if you send them to, imagine this is like a landing page, and they're going to come to the site, and you say, okay, if you want access to the information, first you have to, like, retweet, or give it a thumbs up, and then what'll happen it'll unlock. So I'm just going to show you. So if I were to click on that, click this button here. I don't know what this is, but I'll do it anyway, just to show you guys. All right, I'm testing it with Twitter. As you can see, now it unlocked this button, and now it will take me to the download. That's essentially what just happened. So if I go over on my Twitter right now, you'll see that I tweeted out something. Now that was just a test, so I'm going to delete that. That's for a download. So maybe you want to go into, you say you got a promo code or something of value. You might be giving away money or something, or free tickets or coupons. So here's another option. So you can say get 20% discount, and the same thing. They would hit tweet, like us, or what have you, and then it would unlock. And that's basically what content locking is. So you can't get it until you complete that offer. Third scenario to use content locking, say you have a part of your website or there's a blog post or something, and you want to, before the person can get access to it, they got to like, share, subscribe, or whatever. And this is really a social locker. And so the other option is, when we talk about content locking, URL locking, that's when we want to look at CPAGrip, Adworkmedia, any of our networks like that will allow us to do content locking using CPA offers. So let's just do OG ads. All right, so OG ads, if you go under incentive tools, you'll see content locker, file locker, mobile locker. The main two you're going to focus on are the content locker and file locker. So if you click on content locker, essentially what's happening is, you have two versions. You have a desktop version, so it'll show up on desktop, it'll show up on the mobile, and eventually what's going on is a person has to complete one of these offers, and you can actually dictate how many offers a person has to complete before they actually get moved on to the final destination. Now with the content locker, this is essentially an overlay on a website. So I'm going to show you that in a second, but imagine your website is behind here, or whatever you're trying to, bribe the person to fill this information out. They'll see that behind this, and that's kind of a content. You're locking the contents of a website. The other option is file locker, or we call a URL locker. And essentially, just like we talked about in this social example here, they got to complete an action before they can get access to that button. All right, so basically what I did, I sent them to this landing page after I sent them the email, and it says, hey, I got this offer, and there was actually a timer here, so the offer timed out by now. So essentially it says, okay, yes, I want full access to the course, or no, I'd rather pay full price, and then they can actually go in and go ahead and pay for the course. If not, they click on this and it takes them to this next page. And so what I have now is sort of like almost like a thank you page, and say, okay, congratulations, you made it. But in order to get to this page and scroll below, I actually have a secret code that they'll be able to type in, so I know that they actually completed the offer. So basically what you're looking at here is a real life example of a content locker, and I built this one in Ogads. So as you can see, I have in here, they have to complete 4 offers to unlock the content. So if they were to start clicking on this, it takes them to the next website. They got to complete the offer, and again, you know, it's just still spinning and still waiting for them to complete the other 4 offers. So this is, to me, is a way of, I'm giving away something. The person is not having to spend money, but they're spending time. At the same time as they complete the offers, I went in and set different price points, so depending on the amount of offers they complete, I'll still get compensated. It won't be the full value of the course, but you know, at least there's some compensation in putting this strategy to work. So that's basically what it is. I'm basically content locking this site, so you can clearly see the site's there, but they can't get access to it until they complete that. All right, so the nitty gritty, what's going on behind the scenes. So if I go back into, and you might be wondering what tool I'm using, this is Fast Pages. I've done several tutorials on this in the past. I use this to create quick pages. I also use Wix for a lot of my CPA sites too, and my landing pages. But essentially, once they click on that button, it takes them to this site here. And I forgot the volume muted, so you can't hear what I'm saying. And so what I have to do is I have to put a piece of code in, and this is the JavaScript code right here. So I paste that in, and that's why when you come to this page, it puts a pop-up. Again, this is content locking. The other strategy we're going to talk about is URL locking, or we call file locking. So just to fast forward, if I go over to Ogads and I want to pull up that exact locker that I did, I go to edit, and there's a locker that you saw that was over top of the page. Now you have to, it looks a lot worse. I like the desktop view better, but there's the mobile view of it, and all you have to do is go into, these are your advanced settings. So the only thing you really have to change is how many offers you want to pop up before the person they move on. So you can see it says 4 here, and that's 4 there. That's how you get that. And the load method is immediately, you know, this pops up immediately after the page loads. You can have it a time delay, or you can wait till a person clicks on the page. But I wanted this to pop up because I'm hiding a, you know, private key code or whatever. So I want it to come up immediately. Unlock action, once they complete the offer, then it remove the locker, or it redirect to another URL. So essentially, you can do everything you need to do through this locker here if you wanted to. I chose to do the overlay style, but actually I could have just made it into a redirect. And essentially, if I had a different page behind it, I could have just had an image. And what I'm saying is, rather than having this content locker over top of this website, I could have just had an image back here, and once they completed it, it would just take them to this site. So there's different ways of doing it. It just all depends on, you know, what your overall goal is. And then the other thing is, one thing with OG ads, which I'm still working through, you can set a minimum threshold. So if you don't want any, so if you want the higher offers to, you know, pop up first, so maybe you have some offers that only pay out $1 and the rest of them might pay out $2 or $3. You can specify how you want these to be sorted and ordered. And the other thing is you can specify, you know, the timing on here. But that's basically that in a nutshell. Now let's get into some of the more technical aspects of it. If you go into the desktop view, is what you're looking at here. All you do is name it. You can change the background opacity, how much of the site you want to actually show in the background. Let's see what else you got. You got different themes, so I can pick different themes. This is how you change the look and feel of it. It'll refresh, so you can go through those. There's an Instagram theme, Facebook theme, and this shows you the maximum number of offers that are going to show up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5 offers there, but you could change it to 4. And then you have a closing message. And then you got to go over to the mobile locker as well, because again, things are formatted a little bit different when it comes to mobile and desktop. And you go through the same settings. And then the other thing you got to do, I never changed this, but you can prioritize which type offers, you know, kind of pop up first as far as the style. I don't really change that. And then the other thing you need to know is just once you have that, you just save all your changes. And I'm not going to save my changes, so I'm just going to go to a content locker, go back down to this. I'm going to click on it, and then I want to so once you pull this locker back up, you can actually change the domain names that are built in OG ads if you wanted to, or you can have your own custom domain. And the only thing you need to do next, I always check ad blocker detection and JavaScript disabled. And that way, because sometimes people can right click and look at your source code and, you know, defeat your locker. If somebody really want to break it, they can break it, but this just keeps the honest people honest. I don't really mess with dynamic options. And then all I do is I grab all this JavaScript code here, copy that, and I go back into my landing page builder, which I showed you earlier, and I pasted the information there. So in order to do that overlay, that's kind of like a code injection. You actually have to install some code on your website. So you have to have a website that you have access to the HTML, and you know that's going into the heading tag, and that's how I'm able to do that. Now the other option is just a general redirect, and the way I would do that would be, so okay, here's my limited time offer. I have this button. Instead of going to the final page that's blocked or content locked, I would just actually just put a link here to the CPA offer, and I'll show you how to do that. So I would use, in that instant, I could either there's 2 ways to do that. I click on this. I could actually just copy this code here. It's just a link, but you would have to remember that you would have to turn on a feature to redirect. So I have to change it now to say redirect to URL. And so that's where I will put my final URL, web page, the link, paste that link there, and that's where the person would end up after they complete these offers. It would automatically just forward to the next site. And so then what I would do is I would go over to my site again. Again, I can still turn these on, and then I'll copy this link here, and then I would so I'm gonna show you what happens when I paste that in. This is the same thing as pressing a button. So then this pops up. There's no website behind it. It's just a pop-up. So I will have to complete all these offers. Once I'm complete the offers, and then it'll actually take me to the final landing page, which was this one without this on it anymore. It'd be just the final resting place. So hopefully that made sense. That was all in OG ads. I liked OG ads from that aspect because you can specify how many offers to unlock. I tried to do something similar in Adworkmedia, but I ran into a problem with Adworkmedia. So I'm going to show you that. Let's see. Oh, before I go too far, and one thing you need to know in OG ads, go to all offers. One thing I will say that I dislike about OG ads is it doesn't give you a feature to sort or filter out offers below a certain dollar amount. So you have to manually go in here and uncheck and say, so you can, if you uncheck everything, that means that that offer is blocked. So I don't want to be promoting offers that only pay 7 cents. So I had to go through all my offers and check which ones I wanted to. So the lowest offer I would have would be 185, and it goes on up, you know, $4 or $5 every time an offer is completed. So that's only one drawback about OG ads. Going into Adworkmedia, I started it doing the locker in here. So if I go to content locker and I want to edit it. So the first thing you do in Adworkmedia, you name everything. I don't really touch that. I didn't really touch any of this stuff really. I mean, you can change what countries and just read through the information. The layout and design, I didn't really mess with that. Mobile settings, I didn't touch it. Advanced settings. So just like we just did in the OG ads example, you could actually have a redirect here. So you can unlock. This says redirect may be overwritten by JavaScript. So you could actually have a redirect versus the overlay. Similar stuff. Now they have some pretty nice templates. Again, you might not be doing a file locker, but you might want to just do a, you know, a website overlay. So they got a bunch of different templates here for you, and they'll just pop up over top of the site, just like the OG ads example. You got the human verification. What else we got? Okay, so the problem I ran into with Adworkmedia, when I was doing my settings, just like I did in OG ads, I wanted to disable, you know, some of the JavaScript stuff, because you don't want somebody to just hack your offer and then, you know, not feel like the offer and still get the prize, so to speak. And those features, where are they? Like right here it says disable user right click, you know, enable landing page thumbnail, hide embedded objects, disable automatic scroll. So for some reason when you click on here, oh man, sorry, that's your settings toolbar, but if you want to get your code, you copy that right there. This is where you set it. So protect against blocking software, ad blocking software, and protect against disable JavaScript. For some odd reason, when I enable that stuff for Adworkmedia, I was using Chrome browser and it didn't like it. Like my pop-up blocker or whatever, my ad blocker didn't like it, and it said in order to see this page you have to either disable it. So I was like, man, I don't want to go through that, and I don't think anybody's going to take the time to go in the ad blocking software to, you know, disable all that stuff. So I was getting an error when I did that, and I tried some of these different URLs or domains that were embedded in Adworkmedia. So that's how I ended up building my content locker on OG ads. Why didn't I build it on CPAGrip? You know, CPAGrip was probably your first tool you started out with. One thing about CPAGrip, if you go under monetization and tools, again, you got content locker, same thing. You can embed that into your website, or you have a file URL locker. You probably remember the example I did, you know, with different websites I've done. You know, if you want to create a locker, very, very simple to do. So you can have just a basic download, or you can go in your templates. And you got different options here, downloads. You got the human verification one, or begin download. Or you can go over to a website called, let's see, where's that website called? CPAGrip templates. And you can go in here and grab some examples here. So here's one that's human verification. So if I click on that, and I've showed you guys this in other examples, but eventually what you do is just go up here. Let's see. So you gotta hit Control A. Oop, it ain't gonna work for me today. So I gotta go down here. I gotta copy all my C. Make sure you get it all. You would copy that. And then you go back over to CPAGrip. And then under your CSS, hit Control A, delete all of that. Control V. Load that. All right, so now you got that new look, and then all you gotta do is go back and grab your HTML. So you go back to the template site, close some of this stuff out, and I want to go down to the HTML code, grab all of that, go back over to CPAGrip, Control A, delete, Control V. And now I hit refresh. And there we go. Now we got a nice looking human verification button. And then only thing you got to do then is you can change the offer count. So I really like CPAGrip for this fact. If I wanted to show 10 offers, I could show 10 offers. And then I would do, you know, I would change this here. Instead of say begin download, I would say join premium access, or whatever it may be, whatever you want to call it. This is the new human verification, CPA Ninja Pro. I know you guys criticize me sometimes when my videos are long, but you see why. I have to really give you some good information here. And then so this is description, header text. Just want to show you how all this stuff works. And then you just give them some information here, and then this is where it really happens. So this is the link that I would actually have to, that I want to lock. So I'm just gonna put Google in there just for example's sake, and then you can do access. So you can say how long the person has access to this URL, before it locks again. I'll hit create, and now I got it. So I got my site lock, and I can say get links, and now I've got all these. I can grab any domain if I want to change the domain, copy that, and go back to our example. So again, if a person comes to this site, I could just change the link on this button, my editor. I'll show you that just for fun. Go to edit, scroll down to my button. I'll click on that, change the link, and I'll just basically paste that link there. And then now when they come to this site, they'll click this button, and this is what's going to happen when they click the button. Bam, it pops up. So they'll just get a pop-up on that page saying, okay, complete human verification. So they got to click that. Now there's 10 offers there that pop up, that they can complete them. The only reason why I didn't go with CPAGrip, the only reason why, because lately I've been I'm getting a lot of complaints, and some of you guys might have mentioned it as well. Once you finally complete the offer, it seems like you get stuck in an infinite loop, and people feel like they never get out. of the loop. And you can see here it's still waiting for completion. And so I've had people say, yeah, I've completed all the offers and it still wouldn't unlock. So that's why I went ahead and tested OG ads. CPAGrip, you see how easy that is just to put together, as far as content locking and URL lockers and stuff. So, but that's basically in a nutshell what I did. That's essentially what I did. So just to rehash, guys, the value of content locking is you're presenting a person with a valuable offer. I mean, I've got websites that, I've done examples on free movies, free software access. If you got something of value and you've done a tutorial on it on your YouTube channel, this is where we talk about strategy. So if you get on a YouTube channel and you've got something of value that you want to present to someone, and to reciprocate that back, the person fill out a couple offers that it's not costing them anything but time. Fill out a couple of CPA offers, you make some money, and at the end of the day, the person gets surprised. I've gotten away from those lockers where it promise you Fortnite points and all these different things. So I wouldn't say put a locker up that does not deliver on the promise, because that's not good, and you want good karma in this world. So hope this helps you out, guys. I'll see you in another episode. I gotta get ready to run to a rehearsal. Comment below if this information helped you. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in another episode. Peace. Hold up, wait 1 minute. You stayed till the end. I appreciate you. Thanks for subscribing. And YouTube is recommending you watch one of these 2 videos here. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in another episode. Peace.